Përshëndetje të gjithëve. It's a great honor to be here today among brothers and sisters from Albania, and not only. I am the Secretary General of UPF in Albania, working for this movement for already 20 years. And it's a great honor to be here. And I'd like to thank first Dr. Balkan and his wonderful team, Robin Marsh and Mr. Brand, who have been supporting the work of UPF in Albania for so many years. I'd like to thank Mr. Apostoli. We've been working together for a long time. I've been learning a lot from him, but when you work together, oftentimes you don't have time to say thank you. So it's an honor to have here the Ambassador of Albania. Thank you very much, Mr. Shirko, for being with us. And I'm so happy. We just met for the first time yesterday with Mr. Rroshi. It's just your pride goes up when you meet people like Mr. Rroshi, who represent Albania in the best possible way outside of Albania. Thank you very much. UPF is an NGO. There's thousands and thousands of NGOs. UPF has a great background, and in Albania it has been maybe one of the most active NGOs. The network of UPF in Albania, it's really the greatest of any NGO, but I think also worldwide. The network of ambassadors for peace maybe is the biggest in network on the world. And the goals and the principles of Universal Peace Federation and the Ambassadors for Peace are so high, actually. And like everybody would like to have those principles in himself. I'll try to convey shortly through also pictures what we have been doing in Albania with the UPF, the people who have been involved and contributed, and what Albanian Peace Council is all about. So I hope this pointer works from far. UPF was established in New York in September 12, 2005. And the founders at that time, they started a world tour to inaugurate UPF in 100 countries in 100 days. I was part of that event in Albania, to travel one day, each day in one country, and to have events from early morning until midnight. It's just crazy. But to do this for 100 days, it's like impossible. But this is what happened. So in Albania, UPF was inaugurated in October 30th, 2005. With the work of Mr. Apostoli and the close ambassadors for peace at that time. It was a national event. The founders of UPF were welcomed by the President and the Prime Minister of Albania at the time. And the inaugural event took place in Congress Hall with 3,000 people. But actually from 2003, 2 years earlier, President Recep Mejdan was involved and was part of a short 15, I think, VIPs internationally working also with Mr. Brand, drafting the constitution of UPF before it was established. And then in 2007, we constituted UPF in Albania, established the National Peace Council, and we had already at that time 1,200 ambassadors for peace from all walks of life, leaders and honorable people from the politics, from media, from NGO, women leaders, and so on. And from that time, from 2005 until now, we have been organizing around 700 events, and over 30,000 people have been part of our activities so far. The pillars of UPF, we already we know it, and we have to search. It's not enough to explain in one day, actually. I just want to go a little bit briefly about the Albanian Peace Council. When we started the Albanian Peace Council in 2013, the idea was not so well received. because you know Albanians are in Kosovo and Macedonia and Montenegro, Preševa and Čamoria. So when we launched the idea, even within Ambassadors for Peace was kind of small resistance. What is the aim of this Albanian Peace Council? Because we have UPF chapter in Macedonia, we have UPF chapter in Serbia. So they're thinking what we are doing. But actually the goal was of UPF to establishing Albanian Peace Council, where Albanians live, was to promote peace within Albanians. Because we are, you know, as we know very well, we are very proud people, but we are not in peace with ourselves, or with each other. When we are in front of other people or other countries, we are, Albania is the best, the greatest, the center of everything. But with each other, we are struggling a lot. And the example that we show in Albania, unfortunately, is copied very well in Kosovo and Albanians in Montenegro, in North Macedonia, even in Preševa. There's only 3 small cities there. So how many political parties? And they are struggling with each other. And then at the end, people are not represented well. So we need peace among Albanians, because it's very true. The great values that we have as a country, as Mr. Ambassador shared and Mr. Krasny shared, and actually in the summit that I'm going to share afterwards, in last October, Mother Moon, she said publicly in front of 400 VIPs from 55 countries, she declared, heavenly Albania. Albania will be the people who in the future have the capacity to lead Europe, and to be declared by somebody, you know, we felt very proud, because we have those values and that background. But we have to find peace within ourselves. So that's the role of somehow Albanian Peace Council, to bring about this kind of unity that we need in order to manifest and show our values. It was in 2011 that this idea came. The Assembly of UPF Albania decided to take this step, and then we already have now chapters in Albanian Peace Council in Montenegro, in Ulcin, Tuzi, Plavë, and then in 2012, UPF Europe, trusting and believing in these values, maybe it's the only international, such a worldwide organization that recognizes the values of Albania more than any other NGO and promotes it. You know? I think Mr. Brand, he has been working in organizing summits in the worldwide level. And then with his support, you know, Kosovo, before being declared as an independent country, had representatives from Kosovo with the name of Kosovo, and he had troubles in international UPF summits because he put Kosovo, but it was not allowed to do so. And then the Russian representatives and Serbian representatives, they came up with complaints. Because UPF really trusts in the values of Albanians. That's why in 2012, a European leadership conference was organized in Albania to show the role and importance of Albanians for peace and stability in the Balkans. We had representatives from all Albanian parts in the Balkans, and you see here the pictures of high-level dignitaries who were part of it. And the Albanian government and the parliament was part of this conference, actually. And then right after this conference, we held a similar conference in Kosovo. And we strive to bring together Serbians in our conferences. And actually, one of the strong requests of President Mojsiu, who is a member of the Global Peace Council of UPF, he said that what we have to do is we should bring Serbian leaders in the table. If we don't bring them, then why we are doing this conference? To just discuss with each other. We need them to sit together and discuss together. And we had this conference in cooperation with the Minister of Justice in Kosovo and the Deputy Prime Minister was a Serbian guy, actually was very positive and supported the event. This is from Tuesday, and then in November 17, 2013, we officially inaugurated Albanian Peace Council in Prizren with, we call it the elders, the Urt, the Kombit, representative from Kosovo, Albania, Macedonia. We had Adem Demaci, President Sejdiu, President Moisiu, President Mejdani. You can see those here. Those are the kind of the founding fathers of Albanian Peace Council. Later on, we established Albanian Peace Council in Preševo. We couldn't go in Čamaria, but in Academy of Science of Albania we organized this event for Čamaria. It was a very, very nice event, and recognizing high-level representatives and giving them the title of Ambassador for Peace. We had two important events during this time to honor the ancestors. You know, we are doing great things, but somehow we forget about our forefathers. So we have to honor them wherever they are. So we had these two beautiful events in Albania and in Kosovo to honor Albanian ancestors. And this is the Albanian Peace Council we established in Macedonia in cooperation with Mr. Jaferi, the Speaker of the House. In 2016, the International Association of Parliamentarians for Peace was launched worldwide, and we did it on the Balkan level. And on purpose, we did this event in the Kosovo Parliament and brought parliamentarians from all Balkan countries to launch it on a Balkan level in Kosovo Parliament. And 1 month later, we did it in Albania with to see parliamentarians from all sides. We tried, and we tried to be very careful with the UPF to have representatives from all political parties, from all religious bodies, from all sides. We have to be together. We belong to each other. This is the establishment of local peace council, Albanian Peace Council in Thessaloniki. In 2018, as Mr. Secretary mentioned, in New York and in Philadelphia was established the Albanian Peace Council there. And later on also in Germany, in Stuttgart and in Mannheim. And this September was launched the Albanian Peace Council in Asti in Italy. I just want to mention a little bit about the Albanian Summit. We had the Southeast Europe Peace Summit last October. UPF last year organized several summits around the world in all continents. But in Europe and in Middle East was selected Albania to be organized the summit. It was another, how to say, evaluation, or how to say, for Albania. Then we had in total, say, 10,000 people who were part of this summit. Congress Hall is the biggest hall we have in Albania. I think never happened to fill the Congress Hall 3 times in 2 days. But not with the same people. We had one session with VIPs, 2,000 people, then in the afternoon 2,000 young people, and on the next day we had 3,000 families who came to promote the family values and rededicating their marriages. I'd like to ask for a short video to summarize all the aspects of the summit. There were 450 dignitaries who came from 55 countries. So through the video, you can have a better idea, and I'll have only a few slides remaining after that. in this summit. Even the government expressed to us that this was such an organization that even the government couldn't manage to do. They clearly said to us, because it was too many events at the same time. And I just want to conclude with what we are doing after the summit. You know, after 1 month after the summit, Albania was hit by an earthquake, and our hearts also go today with the people in Turkey that were hit yesterday by the earthquake. When the founder of UPF heard a report from Dr. Balkan about the earthquake in Albania, she immediately decided to offer $100,000 to Albanian government. And then also the UPF branch in Europe, in cooperation with Women's Federation, they are now taking care of one school to reconstruct. Then we are preparing for the summit in Korea, which is taking place just 1 week from now. And we will have from the Balkans about 70 VIPs participating in this summit, and it will be a great representation. This is the president of Voinovich of Montenegro. He established the Podgorica Club. It's a club of former presidents and prime ministers, and he is operating with UPF now. Together with Mr. Apostolian and the team in Albania now, we are organizing local assemblies of UPF in all 61 municipalities, and this is a process that we have to continue also next month. This is just the recent events that we had in the some regions of Albania, and we are so happy to be here today to establish the Albanian Peace Council in London. Thank you very much.